Welcome everyone to another episode of Project Assemble. Thank you for joining us again for another one. Today we're going to be talking about Marvel Rivals and some character wish lists that we've got because the game's growing in a sense. The Fantastic Four are coming into it. We just got Reed and Sue today. I haven't had a chance to play them yet. Have you?
I have. Now, I was really gutted. I thought we were going to get all four straight away. I was really looking
Yeah,
forward to it.
I was
But
thinking that too.
playing as, I can get more along with Sue Storm. Yeah. But I can't. I can and I can't. Reed's, I don't know, he's probably one of them ones you're going to have to play around a bit, sort of thing. But he's very. He reminds me a lot of the Groot. Groot.
Yes,
Sort
that's
of
what I
thing.
was thinking based off the trailer I saw. He looks like
Yeah.
just like Groot, but he can
Yeah.
absorb abilities
That
too.
power
That's
is
really cool.
brilliant. Honest, that power is brilliant. When they're just pummeling at you, and you look like your health's gonna go, it's just like lifts up. He's like just absorbing on everything, and he just shoots it back. And if you can time that beam right to shoot it back at them, oh boy, so good.
Yeah,
And Sue as well. Her turning invisible, her shields are just so good, and that it just stops so much. She's really good character. I prefer playing as Sue more than Reed, but I think I'll be able to get the hang of Reed a bit more.
yeah. I'm looking forward to getting to try them out probably tomorrow when I get a chance. But yeah, before we get into anything, we're going to be covering our wish list. We've got 10 each, and we're going to do a game of best watch. So that's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. I guess before we get into everything, I didn't ask how are you doing today?
Not too bad. Like I say, I'm very cold. My hands are literally red raw from biking to work and that lot. But probably where you are, it's probably 10 times worse now. Like I say, the whole UK's like stopped and like shut down for a few days because there's snow and ice and everywhere and that lot. But where you are, I bet it's like nothing compared to what we've got.
Yeah, there's no shutting down when it comes to snow or ice. On us, like elementary school, like for whatever reason, like buses are
Yeah.
canceled, but I don't have to worry about that. So the world does not stop when we get like 30 centimeters of snow and ice. So yeah, it just keeps going.
Nothing, nothing on it. It's just everything just goes kaput.
All right, so I guess we'll get into it. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel, Thwip Media. Subscribe to Dwayne's channel, Marvel Mad, and make sure to follow our socials as well as joining the Project Assemble Discord server. Everything is linked below, so you can check those out and subscribe to the Project Assemble YouTube channel that this is playing on. We hope to grow that immensely this year and see if we can grow the audience and have a bigger conclusion to the year than we did last year. So always trying to
100%.
improve.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to our wish lists. Again, we've got 10 each, and then we are going to do a game of best watch. So how do you want to start this?
I was going to say, do you want to take it in turns? So you do one character, I'll do one character and explain?
Yep, sure. All right,
Sure.
so my first character is a duelist, and
Right,
I
okay.
chose Green Goblin.
Oh, piss off!
This is one that I've been wanting to see in a game, and I think he would be great in this one. Just flying around on the glider, just hovering, throwing pumpkin bombs, even using his laser finger from the comics. I think that would be so good. Having an ability where he can just, like do a dash and drop bombs at the same time, like a barrage kind of thing. I think he would be a great character to have. And there's kind of a lack of villains in this game, so I'd like to see some more villains come into it. And I think he would be a great one. The only reason I wouldn't put him in strategist is obviously he's very destructive, so it wouldn't make sense for him to be a strategist. For a Vanguard, he's not really a heavy-duty character, so I thought he fit into the duelist category pretty well. And yeah, I really want to see this character come into this game and add more of the Spider-Man characters to this. So yeah, that's my first pick is Green Goblin.
Well, I might as well say it's the sort of one I wanted. So my duelist was Green Goblin.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I never would have known. I'd like to have seen him, like you said, throwing the pumpkin bombs, having like an aiming, like targeting sort of thing where you just shoot down straight away like that. Do you know the character Red Goblin, where he
Yes. Yeah.
combines with the red thing with Carnage in Marvel Rivals? Obviously, I've been playing on my phone. There's a move on that where he's on his glider and he literally dashes across on that, and he's like throwing flamethrowers and goblin bombs and all
Okay.
sorts now. And I could just see that, even though it's on a small screen. If you could have that on the bigger screen and on a wider thing as well, it'd be so cool to do in that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And all the skins you could have, like I just said, you could have your normal Green Goblin, but then you could have your ultimate Green Goblin
That would be
skin.
something.
That's
That
what I
would
mean.
be interesting.
You could see that skin. You can have the Red Goblin skin. All the things you could do, and like you said, it'd be nice. You got like
Willem Dafoe skin.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That
You
would
got
be
the films.
awesome.
I didn't
Yeah.
even think of the movie ones, to be honest. But yeah, you've got like Magneto. I don't know whether they class him as a villain, say sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I would like to see more variety. And you've already got so much Spider-Man lore in it already.
Yeah.
Just add some more in that. I think it'd be so good. But yeah, Green Goblin. But,
Now, what would you make his ultimate ability? Because for me, I was kind of thinking kind of like Hella's, where you just launch up and you throw even more powerful grenades and you just are, pummeling the ground with all those kinds of different grenades.
my first thought was going to be like a concentrated beam sort of thing, like Iron Man sort of thing, like a uni beam.
Okay,
having it come out of like the goblin's mouth thing. And
I didn't even think of that. That would be really cool. Yeah.
You mean you could literally hover up and then he just goes bang like that,
Like
sort
a
of
laser beam, like right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Because if you can have his goblin glider and it's got like the goblin face in the front, something's got to come out of it. Got to.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That would be really cool. So yeah, my next one, this is really interesting, and this is the one that I was really interested to see what your reaction would be. This is a strategist, Mr. Sinister.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not even think of that.
So
Oh boy.
I thought he would be like, I'm assuming, and I'd hope they make him the main villain of a future season. Because right now we're in season 1, where Dracula is the main villain. But
Which
if
is
they,
a really surprising one for me. That
and
I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming everything is going to lead up to Doom coming down the line. So you've got Dracula now. If for whatever reason they do Mr. Sinister as a villain down the line, I hope he comes into it sooner than later. But
yeah,
I think he'd be a great strategist just because of his obviously scientific background. He does a lot of experiments on mutants and tries to craft a whole new breed of mutants. And I think him kind of throwing around some, kind of magical ability kind of thing to heal teammates would be cool. The thing that stood out to me is, in X-Men 97, I think it was the second to last episode when it's the blue and gold team, and he's like becoming a shadow and he's moving around really fast and all that.
Oh yeah.
I thought that'd be a cool thing to add for his movement and kind of use the shadow aspect as a healing thing. So he could create healing fields and stuff like that. His ultimate ability I could see being like he enhances, like he has a field around him, and whichever allies are in your area, he kind of enhances their abilities in damage wise. Because if he's enhancing mutants, it would make sense if he was enhancing his teammates' abilities. And I think he'd be a really, really cool character to have in this game, adding another X-Men character into it too. So yeah, that's my second pick, is Mr. Sinister as a strategist.
Nice. I didn't. That would be a really good one, to be honest. I didn't even think of that, to be honest. When you said Queen in the Shadows as well, it reminds me a lot like Cloak sort of ability.
Yeah, kind of in a way.
Similar to that sort of thing like that. Okay. Right. So if you're going to strategist, I'll go for my strategist, and it is actually another X-Men character.
Okay.
So mine would be Kitty Pryde.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
And I could just I could just see her being a strategist as I think she'd be able to, because she's the one with the dragon as well, isn't she? She has like a little pet
Lockheed.
dragon, a lot. So I could see him like just shooting the fire in that lot, but I could also see her like if she needs to get to like somebody quick, she just go through walls and then like
That would be cool.
put out like I don't know like health packs or like the dragon could like do like cooling mist to like help them and stuff like that sort of thing. And then I was thinking of her ability could just be either the dragon just going super massive and just really just like either flaming people up or like doing like a cooling air to like heal people up as well, sort of thing. But I just really thought of she could link up like especially well with like Wolverine and stuff, having like little like
Or even magic.
teacher. Oh yeah, even magic. Yeah, like
Yeah.
just having that link up of not teacher but like students, like the friendship and that sort of
Yeah.
thing, and just like she wouldn't be the strongest, but she'd be really your main healer to help her out with that sort of thing. And I just want some more X-Men characters in it, to be
Yeah.
honest. It just really needs it. There was a couple that I was thinking of putting into the list, but I've not really put them in yet because I hope they'd come sooner on. But yeah, Kitty Pryde, I think that'd be really interesting because it's like a very out there pick as well, sort
Yeah.
of thing. Because you don't really get many Kitty Pryde things in that lot. So
Yeah, because in a way, she only really can phase through things
yeah,
unless you completely reinvent the character the way Psylocke, in a way, was kind of reimagined and give her extra powers. I think that would
yeah.
be kind of cool. But yeah, that's an interesting pick for a strategist.
Like I said, I didn't think she'd fit as a duelist or a vanguard sort of thing. So I thought strategist was probably the best one to have for her because I didn't think what else she could do really.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good pick. For my third pick, I've got Falcon as a duelist.
Now you'd be very surprised. I've not actually picked Falcon. It was
Okay.
on the tip of my tongue. It really was, but I've not actually picked Falcon. I'm glad you did this. I'm glad somebody did.
So he would be another, again, like flight character, kind of like Iron Man or Storm. My idea for him as a duelist would be he's just kind of hovering, like he's got the wings, but he's got like the jetpack kind of thing on the back that's hovering him. And he's just throwing metal blades basically out of his wings, or he's got his dual pistols or whatever, just kind of
Okay.
being not like a Punisher in the air, but something between Iron Man and Punisher in the air.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
have Red Wing with him, kind of like how
Yeah.
Magic has the little like demon thing that she can
Yeah.
use.
Little dragon thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you can use Red Wing to kind of swoop down and, hit enemies and stuff like that. For his ultimate ability, I could see it being like he just kind of, uses his wings to either just unleash like a huge like circular blade kind of shot thing, kind of.
Oh, okay.
If he's like in a low enough area, you can do that, and it kind of he spins around and just launches blades everywhere, or shoots his guns or whatever. So yeah, I think he'd be a really cool character to have in this game, especially as a duelist. Because for strategist, I don't know if he'd really heal that
No.
much. Vanguard, he's not like a tank kind of character, so I thought he would be really cool and having kind of like an Iron Man Punisher hybrid. And yeah, just including him in the game because he's another great Marvel character, and I'd love to see him in this game. And even just the dialogue between him and Captain America would be interesting too.
You could even have the dialogue between him and if they wanted to, him and Winter Soldier as well.
True, yeah.
Like, because I think that would be really good dynamic as well. And I was thinking as well because when I was thinking about putting Falcon in, I was thinking about having like Red Wing as like a recon one as well, sort of things. You could send
Yeah,
Red Wing off to like see where they
kind of
are,
scanning.
sort of thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that would be cool, yeah.
So for my duel list, I've gone for. I could see this character being very much like Moon Knight. I've gone for Daredevil.
Oh man, okay.
I-
I've got
I
something
think-
later on then that you're gonna like.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh okay. But
I
yeah,
don't-
I
it's
just
not
thought,
him, but you're
Oh,
gonna
it's
like
not
it.
him. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought having Daredevil in it, especially with the new series coming out as well, because
Yeah.
thought they'd want to try and link him with that. I just think he'd be such a cool character. Like he's like some of his abilities would be similar to like uh, Moon Knight, just throwing the things, he'd be throwing his billy club out, sort of
Yep.
thing. You'd have like if you wanted to get up high, Punisher's got the little zip line thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So instead of his
Oh
zip line, he'd
man.
just throw his little billy club out, then he'd just drag himself up, sort of
Yeah.
thing. And then I was thinking like his ability, his like main ability one would be like a mixture between I think it's Psylocke, and she just goes like nuts and she's all
Yeah.
like going to the shop, and Star Lord where he's like jumping all around doing his shooting at. Like, I could think of a mixture of them sort of things, but where Daredevil's just like doing like different kicks and punches and doing all sorts of karate stuff like that, and then just having a big circle like that, and he's just going around and like
Oh
kicking seven
yeah.
bells out of people like
Yeah.
that sort of
I
thing.
really like that. Yeah.
That'd be really cool and that lot, and
Yeah.
it just it'd be a quick enough character to get to different places now. Like, you can be
Oh,
probably quite sneaky as well to hide,
even
and then you
having
could like,
like Black Widow's super jump thing,
yeah,
or
yeah,
some Iron Fist kind of martial arts abilities too. Yeah. Oh man,
yeah.
I
You
want
should,
that now.
it's sweet. It would be such a good character, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? As Daredevil, and, and that's why a reason I think as well. I thought they brought the Fantastic Four out now. I was like, get the hype up for Fantastic Four now. Then you got the movie. So I was thinking, well, what other things are coming out this year? Daredevil.
Yeah. Oh man. What?
That'd be good, wouldn't it? It'd be
Yeah.
really
That
good.
is really good. Yeah, great pick for a duelist. I would be playing him nonstop if he was in that game with that
Well,
exact kind of skill set.
well, say Jason, the other lad that was on our channel every now and again. I've been on obviously Marvel Rivals now, and he absolutely adores Hawkeye. He's always playing as Hawkeye now, which I can't blame him. He loves bow and arrow stuff, and he's got Hawkeye down to a T. Bless him. So
Nice. Yeah. My next one, another strategist, the last one I have on this list because I couldn't really think of a lot to be honest. Enchantress.
oh, okay,
So this was one that I initially had as strategist, and then I moved to a duelist because I thought right now the strategist roster is primarily female.
yeah,
So I wanted to diversify having a female duelist because there are a few,
okay,
but there aren't a lot. But then I thought with her power set, I think it would make more sense as a strategist and not have her as like a copy of Scarlet Witch in the
yeah,
duelist. So obviously she'd have her as guardian magic. I think that would be really cool. Kind of giving different kind of spells on your teammates to heal them. Kind of in the same way that Cloak or Dagger has her like healing like projection thing, like the rectangle that she can
yeah,
shoot forward. I think she could have something like that. And also kind of like Mantis, you can stun enemies because obviously she can get in your head with her powers. That would be really cool. But I could see her ultimate ability being something like she completely makes, and I guess Sue Storm kind of has done this, where she makes everyone invisible.
okay, yeah,
But
yeah.
if she uses it, it makes the controls of the enemies backwards.
Oh, that'd be nice. So,
Yeah. So
controls and that lot.
yeah.
That'd be really cool,
So like
actually.
if you hit square, it would actually be circle. If you hit triangle, it would actually be X. If you hit R1, it would actually be L1. And I think that would really be disorienting, annoying as F. Like
Oh yeah,
if it
just
was
a
against
bit.
you, that would be
Yeah.
a pain in the ass. But I think it would be really cool to have something like that in the game, and I
Oh
think she
yeah.
would be a really nice villain to have in the game too. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
my pick for strategist.
Yeah, that'd be really nice to be honest. That'd be so, and then just I can just imagine that. Be like 5 seconds, you're trying to attack someone, and all of a sudden you're just veering off now.
Yeah, like you think you're
completely
going
messed
forward,
up.
but you're going backwards.
Yeah,
And
exactly. And
it's yeah,
that'll wind me up so right on that one. That'd be so cool.
yeah.
So right, so for my other strategist, because I've got three. This one I could see being a cross between probably Punisher and Black Widow, but be more laid back, not laid back, but more in the background. Is Nick Fury.
Oh, okay, that's
Now,
interesting.
now I could just see him as a strategist because he'd be like, oh no, not Punisher, Rocket Raccoon, because I could see him dropping like ammo for people to get supply
Yeah.
back up again. I could see him dropping like health packs to boost people up. I could see him having like Black Widows, like as his ultimate. I was thinking of either now, obviously again, Sue's sort of messed me up with this thinking, but I'd have him as like a barrier sort of thing. So he's like put like a massive barricade around the team
Okay.
or around people that's close to him. So he's like the protecting him as his like ultimate, and then obviously he'd have an increased power sort of ranking for a certain amount of time. So when he's shooting, he could like take people out and stuff. And just like I could see him like having similar to have Punisher's grenade launcher sort of thing, just to like smoke screen people, or
Yeah.
instead of smoke screening them, like stunning them, or like I don't know, frag grenade sort
Like
of
a
thing.
flashbang type thing.
Yeah, yeah. And I just think you've got like Winter Soldier, obviously Punisher and Black Widow, but I think he'd link up really well with either one of them sort of
Yeah.
thing. And again, you'd have so much more. I was thinking as well, so much more for like the shop, where you could do so much for the costumes again as well. Now, like,
Yeah.
there's Nick Fury, people that want to play as Nick Fury and that lot, and Samuel L. Jackson like that, 100%, and they'd sell loads like that.
Yeah, that's a very interesting character, and one that I don't think a lot of people would think of just because he's just a normal guy.
That's what I mean.
But yeah, that's a good pick. My next pick is a duelist. This is one that would be really cool. Nightcrawler.
Ooh, I thought you said somebody else then. Okay, I've got somebody else for you, but okay.
So obviously Nightcrawler's main ability would be teleporting. Like obviously that would be his main thing because that's his power. But I could see him being a mix between Iron Fist and I guess there's not really another character like that, but he would have the swords and he would be like going around with the swords and punching and using his tail as like a slashing kind of ability.
Oh.
I just think he would be really cool, and he can crawl on walls. And his ultimate ability, I could see he's just teleporting everywhere and like slashing with the swords and stuff. Just kind of like Psylocke, like you said, just teleporting everywhere. And just attacking in a circular field. So yeah, I think he'd be a great duelist to have in this game. And just not really like Doctor Strange's teleport, like the portal thing, and you can choose anywhere to go. But you know how Magic has that kind of short portal kind of ability where she jumps in, jumps out kind of thing?
Yeah.
Something kind of between that I could see Nightcrawler having.
So you've not played the new maps yet or anything, have you?
No, not yet.
Well, so on, I think it's Doctor Strange's one, they've got like this weird like purple temporal rift sort of thing.
Okay.
And you press it and you actually teleport from one place to another, but it shows you on a little path. So I'm thinking when you were saying about teleporting for Nightcrawler, I wonder if it'd be a similar sort of thing like that sort of thing where you teleport, but then you'll be able to just go to a smaller, like this little ball, and you go to a small bit like around behind somebody or something like that sort of thing. So they have actually, in a way, brought teleporting like that in. So you might be on a path there.
I could also see it as something where, like, if you're like aiming, like let's say, and you ping like a certain location and say that's where I want to go, and then you hit another button and then that's where you go. Could be something like that too, but he's one of my favorite X-Men characters, so I think he would be awesome to have in this game.
Yeah, that would be quite good, to be honest. And like I said, they've already sort of brought in teleporting, so you might be on the right path there, sort of thing. There might be, you might have done it again, so you never know.
Hopefully.
So the one I thought you was going to say, and is one of my duelists that lot, and that is Gambit.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Hard to have Gambit in this game. You've got to have his staff, and he'd just be going around. A bit similar again to like Psylocke and Iron Fist now, like just going around, swinging that around, taking people out. He's like projectile one would be the cards, and like one of his abilities could have that be like powered up, like a really charged up power up one.
Oh yeah,
and he just lobbing that, and it just exploding. And then I was thinking his like main like ability one would be, I could just see him like jumping up in the air, and him just slamming his like, staff down, and just making like a shockwave around you, sort of thing. I think that'd be really cool to be in that lot. And again, he'd be one of them really quick, snappy, like one of the ones that you can really dodge really quick, but then he'll just get straight in there and absolutely tear people up, sort of thing. So yeah, that my Gambit will be a good one, sort of thing. And again, linking up with all the other X-Men and the chat and dialogue you have between some of them will be so good now, especially even Wolverine and stuff again.
Yeah. So speaking of X-Men, my next one, a Vanguard, Colossus.
Oh, come on! Say.
Another one of my favorite X-Men characters. It just makes sense if he was in this. Like, I can't see why he wouldn't down the line. And as a Vanguard, obviously, he's a heavy character, so it would make complete sense for him to be a Vanguard. I could see him using something kind of like Captain America's sprint and jump and then ground slam kind of thing. Something like that. And Penny Parker's, like, I guess she calls it spider time or whatever, but she's like sprinting and like, the charging thing. I could see a hybrid of that being his ultimate ability, where he's just jumping and slamming and then being like a battering ram, kind of knocking people over. I could see that being a thing. But I could also see him, like, you can use obviously Wolverine for the fastball special and you can throw him. You can have other characters mount on your back like Jeff or Rocket. And then you can just pick up chunks out of the map and then throw them too. I could see the Thing maybe doing something like that too.
Yeah.
When he comes into it, if that's an ability he has. But I just like Colossus is a no-brainer. Like an iconic X-Men character. I think he'd be awesome in the game. I'd be interested to see what kind of design they go for him. So yeah, I really want to see Colossus as a Vanguard.
Well, shock horror. You'd never guess who I'd think to have next out there. And that is Colossus, of all people.
Okay, interesting. Tell me more.
Again, just having, like, I just need another big beefy one. It'd be similar, I could see, is like to Hulk and obviously the Thing now and that lot.
Yeah.
And like I said, I could just literally see him just like punching the ground, having like massive things in his hand, just lobbing them like that. Similar to what he's got in the Lego Marvel games and stuff, where again in them you can just punch the ground, just lob them like that. Or even like on one of his abilities in Lego Marvel, you can have a big chunk sort of thing. He has like a massive like boulder thing.
Yeah.
He just has it with both hands and lobs it like that sort of thing. But again, Wolverine, you can have him similar to Hulk, fastball special, just lobbing him like that sort of thing. And like some of his abilities, I was thinking like thick skin, similar to Mr. Fantastic now, you'd probably say, but like thick skin that just repels off him sort of thing, so you can't be harmed.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Like a health boost, I think definitely. Like a I don't know, he goes like he flexes and it becomes like his metal becomes stronger or whatever, and it's a health boost.
But like you said with the Captain America now, the jumping up, I could just see him like jumping up with both arms and just going bang like that sort of thing. Yeah. Just having a shockwave go forward. So Colossus,
Yeah. Well, I knew we could have duplicates because we kind of have the same kind of brainwave sometimes. So sorry.
Oh, go on. I would say we have a very similar sort of brain pattern and brain thinking sometimes, aren't we? So two minds think alike and all that jazz.
My next one might really surprise you. It's a duelist, and it's Claw.
Ooh, okay.
So
it's a really left field one, that one is.
Yeah. So this one was interesting because I was like, how do you expand the world of Wakanda? And I think Claw would be a really cool one to have. He's not like tied to Wakanda, but he's a Black Panther villain. And I think he would be really cool to have. Obviously, he has his weaponized arm, so you can use that for almost anything. I could see it being something like what I already said with Enchantress, how she can disorient people. But he can use a shockwave out of his arm, and it kind of makes the screen all like dizzy, like their ears have been shattered basically, and then everything's wavy for a second. His ultimate ability, I could see just like he locks himself down and he's just like shooting like left and right with his sound wave, kind of not like a turret, but he's like kind of like you can aim anywhere, and it's like a charge up
Yeah.
blast, shoot, charge up blast, shoot, charge up blast, shoot. I think that would be really cool. And another villain to have in this game. I think he'd be a
Yeah.
really like you said, a left field pick, but
Oh yeah, massively.
I think he'd be great to have in this game, just as kind of building off of the Black Panther side, because I honestly don't really know who else you could add from Wakanda. Like Okoye, maybe. I don't think she's a
Yeah.
big enough character compared to the others that you can.
No.
Shuri, maybe. But yeah, that's about it off the top of my head that I can think of for Wakanda level characters. But
Killmonger, maybe.
yeah, I think he'd be too similar to T'Challa, though. You'd have to
Yeah.
really change it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Claw, I think, would be a really cool character.
What would you have his outfit be though? Would you have it as the classic red
Yeah, it would have to be.
robotic sort of thing?
It would have to be some. I could see it being kind of like a synthetic blend where it's like not really like Andy Serkis head, like kind of like a human head, but it's like kind of like built into a skin, and it's like
nice.
like a technological virus kind of looking thing. You could see it in his veins and stuff, and have the red and purple outfit at the same time. Something like
nice.
that. Yeah. Like it's like he's built as a machine, but he looks like a human. That kind of thing.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be really nice.
Yeah. Because he's one that has like a really like stupid design at first in the comics.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's proper unusual, that lot, doesn't it? So it'd be very interesting to see how they portray that in the game, that lot.
Yeah. Yeah, their art style is very unique. So all of these people we mentioned could have a completely different look than what we're used to.
Massively, I don't know.
They work though, except for Wolverine's. Wolverine's is stupid.
Oh, really? What? You don't like the Wolverine's one they got now?
It's just a jacket and pants. Like there's nothing special to it.
Yeah, but it's still iconic in a way, sort of thing.
I don't know. I feel like they could have done a whole lot more. Like actually put him in the mask or just put him in the tank top, or do that.
Yeah. I didn't even think of that, to be honest. Yeah, but that's where the downloadable skins come from and stuff like that sort of thing. Where you have him in the masks and.
Or just give him a different style one. Like obviously there's the Deadpool and Wolverine one, but you could just have their like original version of it.
Yeah. Well, you've not seen the Battle Pass yet, have you?
I know the new one. There's like kind of like an Old Man Logan kind of thing. I don't really know how to describe it. It's like a Monster Hunter Wolverine. Yeah.
It's like. It's really hard to describe. It's like a my first thought, because it's the vampire thing. It's like a vampire hunter, like blade sort of type.
Yeah, he's black coat, black hat. It's just it's very
proper unusual.
Like you'd have to see it to understand it.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Right. So I've done 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So for my last duel list, and again ties in a lot with the X-Men and mutants and stuff like that, would be Quicksilver.
Oh yeah, he's one I've seen a lot of people want.
I'd love to have Quicksilver in this, to be honest. Now, like, you just think of if you're gonna hit somebody, just rapidly go over there now and just like. My main thought of one of his powers is literally just rapidly over there, and then just speed back sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then like for his ultimate ability one, it just like when a massive like tornado spinning circle thing, and then like it creates like a tornado while whipping them all up sort of thing.
That'd be cool.
Again, you'd have to have some sort of team up, something like with the Scarlet Witch and Magneto, 100% that lot. But I just think it'd be really cool, to be honest. And just more mutants, more X-Men, and more of them villains.
Yeah, he would be really cool to have. And I just think, like, obviously Captain America has the fast running, kind of like how I explained Colossus could have, but you could amplify that by like 10 and have 100%. Him zoom. Like, Luna Snow is pretty fast too when she's just moving normally, but you could make that even faster with Quicksilver in a way that it's not overpowered and you can barely take a hit on him. But I think it would be cool to have him in it. Yeah, he's a great one. My next one is a Vanguard. This is one that would be really cool. Nova.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I didn't even think of him. Did not even think of him.
I personally think if he was to be in this, they would choose Sam Alexander.
Yeah.
but I would want Richard Rider just
Oh yeah,
because
you've got to.
he's my Nova.
Yeah, he's got to. It's the classic, like the original. He's
Yeah.
the
So
MVP, if you want to call it.
I could see him being, you can run on the ground, but you can also fly too. And then he becomes kind of like Iron Man, like you're shooting cosmic blasts out of your fists, that kind of thing. For his ultimate ability, I could see it being like he's charging up the Nova Force, and then he like explodes, but then he has like a damage boost, and he just goes around punching people with like a damage boost with his cosmic powers, and just, for like 5 seconds or whatever, just going around. But I think he would be a great character to have in this game, and the reason I chose the Vanguard is because he's a super powerful character. Two, I think he'd be way too I think they downgrade his character by a lot if he was a duelist.
Oh, massively. Yeah, and that'd be detriment to the character, I think.
Yeah, and then three, I think he's a great blend of duelist powers and Vanguard powers, and I think the Vanguard overweighs the duelist side.
Oh yeah, massively.
So yeah, I think he'd be great to have in this game. Kind of, you can run around, you can fly, you can shoot blasts, you can punch, and use the Nova Force for your ultimate ability, where you just use it like he just blows up basically.
Yeah.
But then he has a damage boost, and he just goes around punching people with the Nova Force, like coursing through his body, and I think that would be really, really cool. I would definitely play as him a lot if he was in this game.
It'd be so good as well. And then again, even if it wasn't Richard Rider, you'd hope they'd have like a Richard Rider version skin, at least in the shop and that sort of thing. You'd hope.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like Sam Alexander would be so much different to Richard Rider.
Yeah.
Like the power set and like the experience with both characters would be completely different.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless it's like a grown up version of Sam, and he's like gotten to the same level as Richard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You'd hope to think that, to be honest.
Yeah.
So my Vanguard. Now, this is probably a mixture between Iron Man and like Kitty Pryde that I've already mentioned that lot. But I've gone for Vision.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Now I think with how he is that lot, again, you could just, one of his powers could be just phasing through walls and just getting out there sharpish, but then his other powers, it could be like concentrated blasts and everything from the Mind Stone and everything. Obviously he could fly, and then I could just see him just diving in and just absolutely just obliterating somebody as a big blast. And then he's like main power and ability. I would be like similar to Tony Stark, where he's got the unibeam sort of one, but I could just see him have like a real massive like concentrated blast out of the Mind Stone, and he's just like really head first sort of thing down, and you could like, it's like more almost like a massive Death Star laser beam sort of thing. Just
wow, that'd
going
be
around.
Crazy. Yeah,
just going around. His head's just going around like that sort of thing. You could probably have it as like a Hela sort of character, and you just see his head, and he's just a beam going around like that sort of thing. And again, I was thinking about like costumes they could have, and the money spinning they could have with that. White Vision, like Avengers Vision, classic Vision, like with the one that you had in WandaVision, that sort of makeup. It'd be so good now. Like. But yeah, I think, and I chose it as a Vanguard as well because I think Vision could probably take quite a few hits.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It won't be like a duelist because again, like you said with Nova now, I think you'd have to downgrade the duelist for Vision because it just won't work for me. And I think Vanguard would probably sentiments him more.
Yeah, and I think a really cool ability you could have for him too is, you said phasing. You could have like a period of time where like everything is just flying through you and you don't take any damage for that time. I think that'd be really cool. So final two we've got each. So my next one, when you mentioned Daredevil, Bullseye.
Oh yeah, cool.
As a duelist. So Bullseye, kind of similar to Hawkeye in a sense where his ultimate could be just, like precise like projectile attacks. Also a good hand-to-hand combatant, so kind of like an Iron Fist kind of thing. but I think he would be kind of like a Black Widow and Hawkeye hybrid, where he's just mainly
Okay.
long distance, but he can also, like, he has really strong melee abilities too if someone got too close to you. For his ultimate ability, like I said, would just be precision, like throwing or shooting or whatever.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, I just think he'd be a really cool villain to have in this. And he obviously fits in the duelist because he
Oh,
wouldn't heal. He's not a tank, so
no.
it just makes sense if he was a duelist.
That'd be quite good. That would. And
Yeah.
if you could have both of them at the same time as well, Daredevil and
Oh
Bullseye.
yeah, on the
Oh,
same
the
team.
conversation. Exactly, the conversations you could have. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
trust you, or I don't trust you. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that'd be so
Now
good.
the design would be interesting because you either go with the original or you completely reinvent it, where he's just either like a full-on tactical suit or it's just a guy. Like you could go one of two or blend them. You could do that too. So I'd be very curious to see what their design would be for him.
And again, like I was saying, I was thinking like outside the box to see like other projects. And like, would you have the one from the series? Could you easily have that one in there as well? Not like,
That's basically just the Daredevil suit though, for the most part.
yeah, true, yeah.
Unless what they do, like his suit in Born Again, they could do that because it's just ski mask and in blue, with like harnesses everywhere, that kind of thing. Could work, yeah.
It's always nice to just think out of the box. You know what they like to try and make some money spinners out there. Right, so obviously you've got no strategies left. So
Yeah.
For my last strategist, and as another X-Men character, I was very toying between duelist or strategist, but I think he'd be more strategist with maybe a few duelist abilities, and that's Beast.
Oh, that's very interesting. Would not
I,
have thought of
I
him.
I'd have just loved to see because, like, again, it'd be one that just drops health packs around that lot, and for one of his abilities, I could see him like picking somebody up and just getting them the hell out of there, sort of thing.
Like kind
Just
of
like as a
throwing over the shoulder and run away kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly that lot. It's like just getting them out of the harm's way, just automatically, and then just like throwing a load of boost and health out to them and that lot,
That would look
and
so
then
weird using that on Groot, like throwing a
oh yeah,
gigantic tree on you and
doing
then
all
running
that
away.
sort of
Yeah.
just.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought of him as I'd say because he's obviously like a doctor, sort of
Yeah.
scientist in films and comics and stuff. I just thought that'd be a really good like character for him, like a strategist,
Yeah.
and like his main ability. And like, I know it sort of takes away from the strategist sort of thing, but I had a sort of think of two. So one of them, I could just see him just like launching at somebody, just scratching the
Yeah.
hell out of him, sort
Yeah.
of thing, as like a similar to a Wolverine sort of thing, but just with his obviously claws. But then another ability I was thinking of him was, you know how what's the name? Is it? I think it's Luna,
Winter Snow.
where she does that dance sort of thing and she's boosting all the others
Yeah.
around them. I could see Beast, obviously not doing no dance that lot, but having
Well,
like I don't know.
he might.
Well, yeah, he might start just some spinneroonies that lot. Yeah, but having like a boost thing around him where he's like boosting his allies up, healing them,
Yeah.
or boosting that damage up and stuff like that sort
Yeah.
of thing. But yeah, I just imagine Beast in like either have him as just a lab coat or just have him in the trunks
Yeah.
and just
Either
send
one.
them out like that sort of thing. That'd be so cool to have.
Yeah. He's a one I wouldn't have even thought of, but he would really work in the game. Like even like from a long distance kind of standpoint, you could have him using like a pulse gun like Bruce Banner,
Yeah, yeah.
shooting from a distance, but obviously his claws would be much more powerful than the gun would be because that's his main ability.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really cool pick. All right, so my final pick is a Vanguard, and this one would be awesome in my opinion. Mysterio.
Oh, I didn't even think of him.
So
Oh,
my inspiration behind Mysterio is a mix of Doctor Strange and what I'd say for Enchantress. So
ooh,
obviously he's got the magic kind of thing going, and he's got kind of like a technological thing going. His main ability I could see is he like kind of like Hela. He just becomes a giant like being, and he's like placing all these points where like lasers are dropping down on certain points of the like the specified area where you choose. and I think that'd be so good. Like, and obviously it's the Mysterio symbol, like the eye, when all those lasers are coming down, and it like burns the ground too, and you see it on the ground. I think that would be really cool. But
Oh,
he could throw like his kind of like Scarlet Witch's projectiles, but green, kind of like
oh
that.
yeah.
He can like cloak himself, like he spins around and his cape goes around, and then he's invisible, or he like uses clouds to kind of make things invisible for teammates or whatever. But as I think he fits into the Vanguard category because obviously super powerful. I don't think people would consider him a Vanguard, but personally I would, just
Oh,
because
massively.
of his power set. And for the technological side, I could see him like with someone like Penny Parker, or what's another technological Vanguard that we have right now? I guess Magneto, maybe, in a way.
Yeah.
You could use a boost, like you can boost like the tech oriented Vanguards in a way where you give them like a movement boost or a damage boost or whatever. I just think he'd be a really, really cool villain to have, and another
Yeah, that'd be
Spider-Man
nice.
villain. Um,
Yeah.
his design would be really cool too. I'd be very curious to see what kind of fishbowl they go with, what kind of um, like torso design they go with, because there's so many different versions of that.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I really want to see Mysterio.
That'd be cool. That'd
Yeah,
really be good. Now, like, I could just see him using so many illusions, and
yeah,
you could have like a thing as well with he's like he has illusions of himself, like Loki does,
yeah,
but it's just
yeah.
Mysterio
Exactly,
and that lot sort of thing.
exactly.
That'd be so nice. That
Yeah.
lot. All right, so for my last Vanguard, and I don't know whether this would be too overpowered, to be honest. But again, I'm thinking for more other like to like boost other like cultural things that are going around that lot, and that'd be the Sentry.
Oh, yeah. That's
Having
that's
him
like an
as
automatic match done when he's in
exactly
there.
that's what I
Like,
mean. It's just it'd
yeah,
be just so they'd probably have to nerf some of his powers and that lot,
yeah,
but it'd be just such a unstoppable being that lot. I could just see him like flying in, just pummeling somebody. He's like ultimate would be like just a massive either like a just an explosion like you said with Nova sort of thing, or
yeah,
like just laser beams out of his eyes or something like that, just cutting the crap out of people and that
yeah,
sort of thing. And it'd just be it'd like again similar to what I said about Colossus. He'd have like a power where they're trying to shoot him, it's just pinging him off like that. It's just literally can't touch him a lot. Similar to you see in the trailer. And like I said,
yeah,
always thinking of what other things are going off. Obviously, Thunderbolts and that lot. You put Sentry in this, get some more boost for the film as well. And that lot. So,
true. Yeah.
and you could even have like, if you wanted to have like a darker side to him, like you could have his ultimate being the Void, and
Oh
just
man,
having
that
like
would be crazy.
just having like tentacles coming out of this like black blob and that lot. You could have that as like a venom sort of thing. You know, it's on the ground, and he comes up like that. You could have something like that with
Yeah,
a
true,
Void,
true.
and just literally like this whole just engulfing people and a lot. So yeah, Sentry would be an Earth killer sort of thing.
Yeah, that's a really good pick. I wouldn't have thought of him at all either. Um, yeah, they'd really have to nerf him if they
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to. If like, there's no way you can stay true to the character in a video
no,
game
no.
with him. Um, so
It'd be cool
yeah,
to see though.
yeah, no doubt. So my list is Green Goblin, Mr. Sinister, Falcon, Enchantress, Nightcrawler, Colossus, Claw, Nova, Bullseye, and Mysterio.
Some bleeding cracking characters in there, to be honest. Now, I say my list is obviously the Sentry, Colossus again, Vision, Quicksilver, Green Goblin again, Gambit, Daredevil, Kitty Pryde, Beast, and Nick Fury.
Nice. Yeah, I want to see some more X-Men characters come into this.
Oh,
So
100%. Yeah,
um,
definitely
I'm
in that lot.
I'm glad to see we got a lot of mutant representation on both our lists
Yeah,
there.
just a bit, definitely in that lot.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we can move into our game segment, Best Watch. So if you are unfamiliar with this, this is a game where we provide a small list of projects. We've done 3 each. And then we have to choose the best one in terms of watchability and enjoyment. And then we're going to rank most enjoyable, like you enjoy it, but it's not the worst. And then like you don't enjoy it at all. So how do you want to do this? Do you want me to go first or you go first?
How did we go last time? I think you gave me mine last time, didn't we? In Outlaw. So I'll give you yours first this time. Outlaw.
All right.
So your three to pick for your most enjoyable and least enjoyable Outlaw. I'll give you all three so you can like decide where you want to put them.
Yep.
You've got Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas Special.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
The Eternals.
Okay.
And Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
Okay, Ghost Rider is immediately going to least enjoyable.
That does surprise me. I was not expecting you to say that, to be honest.
I haven't seen that to completion because I was just like, this is bad. I can't watch this. Now, this is hard with Eternals or the holiday special. I appreciate the holiday special. Is it great? No, it's fine. It's fine in my opinion. It gives the kind of heartwarming feeling that you'd expect for a holiday special. It just in the end it wasn't really necessary. Eternals has a lot of issues, but can be entertaining at times, especially the end battle. I think is pretty well done. With Makari and Icarus and all of them. Oh, man. That is tough. When you said Guardians of the Galaxy, I was going to be, okay, this is easy. And then you said holiday special.
Oh, come on. Did you really think I was just going to give you like Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 3 now, like one of the best films around? Not a chance. I told you I was going to make it tough for you.
Yeah. Well, mine's going to be tough too, I think, for you. Man, I might, hot take, have to go Eternals most enjoyable.
No.
And then Guardians Holiday Special in the middle. I might have to.
Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe you've done that. Oh, seriously?
I might, yeah. Oh man, this is tough. Man. Yeah, I'm gonna
have to
do that. Yeah.
Damn.
Eternals, Guardians Holiday Special, and then Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
So what makes the Eternals the most enjoyable to watch over Guardians of the Galaxy then?
I think it's
just because it's
I guess the action scenes are well done. The characters are good. Yes, they need more time to fully develop, but for the most part, they're good. And it's just like a much bigger scale. Like there's so much more to it. But yeah, man, wow, that was tough.
I think, to be honest, I was a hot take through us now. Ever since that Guardian of the Galaxy Christmas special is done, that's like a Christmas thing we got to do now. We absolutely adore it, and we've got it on our Spotify playlists. That lot every time around Christmas, that we've got the songs going off. Me and the old man absolutely love it now. So, me personally, I do on Guardian of the Galaxy, Eternals, and then Spirit of Vengeance. Because again, I can't doubt you for Ghost Rider a lot. I cannot stand that film. I cannot stand Nicolas Cage. He does my boxing. The only thing he's ever been good at is playing Spider-Man Noir, and I'll be very interested to see what he's going to be like in the live action that lot. But
yeah, well,
other superhero wise, it's just.
I'd have to say for the holiday special, it's funny, but in the end, I don't like. There's more substance to the Eternals than there is to the holiday special because it's kind of like a throwaway thing.
Yeah, I mean, and like we would say again, we watched it over Christmas. You're not even gonna get the payoff. It's not really a payoff, but there's like a hint at the end, like where Groot lets down is the tree, and he's like, "Oh, great! Now we've got to do another holiday special." And me and the old man are like, "Oh, we really ain't gonna do it anymore now."
James Gunn is gone now, so it would have to be in someone else's hands.
Yeah.
All right, so This is going to be pretty difficult, I think, for you.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Then if I've just tortured you with them three, Christ.
All right, your options are Thor 1, Doctor
Right.
Strange, and Ant-Man.
Oh, yes, Christ. Oh, that's horrible. That is really horrible. To be honest, I like all three of them. I really do. I could easily watch all three of them again. Oh, which one do you not want to watch the most there? Right, probably a hot take, but I've put Thor bottom.
Really?
Yeah,
Actually, yeah, I can understand. Yeah, I can see
I
that.
could. I'd enjoy the other two more, but then it's deciding which one you're going to put because
The top two are
Ant Man.
tough.
Yeah, the Ant Man, the comedy in that is brilliant. That lot, but then the character development and the Ancient One and Wong and becoming the Sorcerer and stuff like that, and Doctor Strange and Mordo, and then Dormammu, yeah, Dormammu at the end of
Yeah.
I've come to bargain that lot. Oh Christ, that is horrible. That is absolutely horrible. Do you want to go for? It's like, do you want to go for comedy with like the Thomas the Tank Engine and all the ants going through the carpet, or do you want to go for substance and story? Oh, come on. I've got to go with my heart rather than my head. And I've got to go Doctor Strange top and Ant-Man in the middle. I've got
I
to go
think that
for
would be
story.
mine too. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to go for story and substance and his character development and knowing how much of a big player he's going to be, to where Ant-Man, yeah, he's a big player and he's like, you see the quantum realm and all that sort of thing, but it's more just laughs and jokes and like I'll never forget that Thomas the
It's
Tank
fun.
Engine scene with it's just fun.
Yeah.
It's literally, and then what's his name? His mate, because just goes round rings that lot sort of thing.
Luis.
Yeah, Luis, that's it.
Yeah,
Him,
all
I
the
love
stories.
him. Yeah, my friend, his brother and his sister, and
Yeah,
so good. But the Baba Yaga as well. That one.
Baba Yaga. Oh no, that was Ant-Man and the Wasp. That was 2.
Was that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ant-Man in the middle, Thor at the bottom. Because even though I did like the Thor film, and
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good, but I just prefer the other two. Really.
Hot take, it's the best Thor movie.
Yeah, I probably got to agree with you there. To be honest,
Yeah.
It just, it went really weird after that sort of thing. 2 was just too dark and grumpy and Game of Thrones like. 3 was just
It's fine.
fine. Yeah, 3 was fine, and then 4 just was again tried to play for more comedy than no.
The
else
toilet
sort of
is
thing.
overflowing with
Yes.
Love and Thunder. It's like,
Yeah.
we don't know how to fix it. We don't know what to do.
Yeah, just throw all these characters in, just say that's happening. He's got a kid now, and the God Butcher is just totally wasted, and
He's not even butchering.
No, yeah, exactly.
No. So yeah, that is our game of best watch.
That was nice.
Yeah,
horrible.
That was
tough.
That was tough.
That was such a pain now.
So yeah, I guess that'll be it for today's episode. So just before we wrap up, do you have anything dropping on your channel in the next little bit?
So on Monday we have had another episode of the Marvel Midnight Suns, which I'm really, really getting into that now. And I've got all the DLCs now because I found it on cheap, and I'm looking forward to playing as them different characters now. Like when they eventually pop down, sort of thing. We'll have the first appearance of one of them on the episode, and then we'll have another Marvel vs. Capcom all fighting collection. I think we're doing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That'll be the last one of the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. We've literally done all the others now and that lot, and then me and Shane are deciding what to do next Friday and that lot, because there's a few things going off, and we're trying to see where best to place them. So yeah, Keep your eyes out for the Friday episode.
Nice.
What about yourself?
On my end, I've just released today, as of recording this, my most anticipated film releases of 2025. So that is out right now. As far as any future videos, I've got a couple planned out. Nothing scheduled yet, but I do have a couple ideas that I think could be really cool. So keep your eyes out for those. But yeah, just got the 2025 film releases video that came out today. So
Nice.
you can check that out. So we don't really have our next topic decided yet, but we will keep everyone updated. Again, if you follow our socials and subscribe to the Project Assemble YouTube channel and join the Discord like before. So yeah, interested to see where this goes next time. And thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
See you in a bit, guys. Thank you very much.